Hey parents, a lot of you ask how you may be more involved with your kids' training. What a great question. Number one, honestly, sincerely, train with them. Once you step on a mat and you experience what they experience, once you walk a mile in their shoes, you know exactly what's up, in and out. And maybe you'll demand less or more or whatever, right? And it's a wonderful bonding experience. My daughter trains on her own accord. I never ask her to, right? And it's one of the most wonderful, like, heartwarming experiences. And I'd like to bestow it on everybody. And KGA actually offers pretty, affordable discounts to family members. If you go to a restaurant and you eat as a family, you don't get discount for every additional family member. But at KGA, I want to promote family training, and we'll give you discounts, so ask about those. Now, going on with your involvement, dear parents. If we exclude weekend, Saturday and Sunday from the week, all right, and if we calculate all the hours total in a week, it's 120, okay, in Monday through Friday period. 80 hours already taken by school and sleep. So 8 and 8, roughly 16, multiplied by 5, amounts to 80 hours. So that leaves us, all right, available only 40 hours a week, or maybe sometimes even less. So if a child trains here 5 times a week, or even more, let's say 6 or 5, let's say 5 times a week, then the ratio of child being here versus child being elsewhere, at home presumably, is 5 hours versus 35. So allow me to ask you, dear parents, where do you think the majority of any habits will happen? So the way I like to explain it, that I love teaching kids how to fight, and it comes with certain benefits. But like all the good habits still formed at home simply due to numbers. So if you have trouble with the skills we're about to teach you, right, so you can follow if you don't train, now you can enforce them, or help, rather, bad word, enforce. I myself hate being the hellhound, but sometimes I'll step up. So help me out and, help me help your child. A lot of you have mats at home or some training areas. So look at this manual, at this instruction, and help your kid. And come earlier, a lot of you do, and you will be able to help as well, or at least supervise the correct technique. Okay, guys, hope all that makes sense, and instruction is coming up. Of course, you all know our assistant, Nick. So let's go with the most fundamental part, break, falls, and rolls. Please, lyrical deviation. Often, when kids from other academies, does not matter what academy in the valley they come in, they all have, it's like magic, it's like a formula. All of them have a few of the same mistakes. All the mistakes are made the same from everywhere. And I understand, sometimes it's hard to keep, ragging on a child, do this, and people give up, but we don't give up in KGA. And again, 35 versus 5 rule. If you help him not to give up, then we'll collectively install great technique. Okay, guys? It's super important, and even you're athletic or fast or strong or whatever, you can hide some of your foundational flaws, but if you stick with that sport, or if you get too competitive as an adult, it will always backfire, it will always come out. So please, let's focus on the correct technique, and let's begin. Mae Kaiten Ukemi, front roll, and that's exactly what we'll start. Nick will demonstrate going towards the camera and then towards me quietly, and then we'll go over points and common mistakes. Please forward. Turn around. No? Yes. Beautiful. And now sideways. Excellent. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Like a bowling ball. No sound, no nothing. On a forward roll, you want to place your hands and push yourself with enough force to hit shoulder blades on the floor and roll over without hand assist. So let's go mistake by mistake. Number one, bear in a circus. Nikki, would you be here, please? And that means head on the floor. When you do a forward roll, you start posting your head like a headstance, and then you kind of hit the floor heavy. Yes, exactly. He posted head. He did not round up. So what you would like to do instead, let's go back here. Thank you, sir. Push yourself with enough force to hit the shoulder blades so your neck is safe, and it will also help you to come up with your feet parallel. Don't cross them any each way. That's another mistake. One more time. Beautiful. And no hand assist. Whenever we come up, we need our hands to fight somebody. Nikki, incorrect. The hand assist, please. So none of that. All right, guys. Hope it's nice and clear. Kind of easy to observe, supervise, and correct. Next roll, super important one, is shoulder or arm roll, or one shoulder roll. And a common mistake here, guys, or flaw rather, that we have observed here as coaches, as kids not being able one side or the other. All right? So whenever we do it, Nikki, would you please start here? You would go, demonstrate first, please. Right leg forward. Turn around. Right leg forward. Face the camera. Left leg forward. Beautiful. You see, Nick had his arm here, but also we may add a slap for Ukemi. Just demonstrate with a slap, please. Like a break fall. Okay, guys, everything is identical, just minus or plus a slap. So whenever you roll, guys, okay, Nikki, would you face the camera, right arm up? You start with a right arm up and a right leg up. Common mistake is having other leg forward. And it kind of like twist you the funny way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now turn around. Imagine, if you will, that there's like a diagonal line coming from his hand to that leg. And that's over which he rolls, as opposed to both shoulder blades. Okay, thank you. He uses this arm as a guide. Do one more time. Beautiful. And only uses one hand. Common mistake or imperfection. It's not going to kill you, but it's imperfect. He's using second hand to put the brakes on. Yes, don't do that. Okay? And note, if you start with the right leg forward, you land on the left hip. Nikki, put the brakes on midway in a seated position. Right here. This is such an important shape in Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, guys? The chair sit, the technical stand-up is used often, and it's so important to understand it. It should not be one-legged like this, all right? It should be here with the side turned. And it should be performed left or right equally on demand, under pressure. Nick, would you demonstrate one-legged squat? One-legged roll? You can't even. All right, I'll do it. I still can't do it wrong. Like this. This is crazy. It's amazing that you can do it, and some people revert to that. But that's a mistake. Like, do not do this. All right? And they start going over right shoulder and somehow end up on the right hip versus left leg. So eradicate that as soon as possible, please, and don't relent. Okay? Just stay on that. If you want additional complexity and for more advanced kids, is add a little jump. Nikki, would you like to stand by the wall and give us a straight roll with a little jump? A little one. Beautiful. And now the same one with the right shoulder roll. Yes, we can do all that with your kids on a crash pad. And Nick, show it off a little bit. I would too. But those are our two most important rules. Not two most, they're all important. Two first ones we teach. Front and one shoulder. Back roll. Nick, would you come a little bit towards the camera and demonstrate back roll over your right shoulder? Beautiful. Hop up a little bit more. Same distance you started. And now over your left. Excellent. All right. Excellent. Super useful skill, guys. Comes in many disguises, that back roll, as far as technique. Like you must invest. You cannot live without it. Some fundamentals, like advanced fundamentals, you can live without, but some you cannot. And, by the way, if you want your child to excel at some basic gymnastics, front tuck, back tuck, front handspring, I can do all that, guys. I can do gymnastics still. All right, so common mistakes on a back roll. Nick, would you face that way? If Nick starts to roll without relieving his weight of his neck directly over both shoulder blades, somewhere here, that's when neck injury happens. Sometimes with kids it does not, because they're hyperflexible. Thank you, Nick. But if he keeps going that way, you see the neck injury. That's why Nick can choose one shoulder and land on his knees facing me, same way he started. Or the other one, again, he can do it faster on demand under pressure. Beautiful. And common mistake, kids can go only over one shoulder. Mistake number 2 is not landing on your knees and facing the same way you started, but somewhat giving up and falling sideways. Nikki, would you demonstrate, please? You start correctly halfway, and then you, boomsy, fall like that. All right? So don't make those mistakes. No neck breaks, and do not fall sideways. Again, kind of like easy to observe, remedy, and correct. So help us, parents. It's for you. Jiu-Jitsu is an ancient and a complex, very refined martial art, and everything is hard about it, all right? So be easy on your kids. Like even the stand-up or get-up should be technical. Nick, would you demonstrate? Drop down. Other side. Beautiful. So if I was able somehow during combat to knock Nick down, and he does not want to accept the low ground, the way to stand up is exactly like that. Okay? Few mistakes, the common one, kids do not do it on both sides somehow. It's just like this weird rusty gear that gets stuck, so force that. Number 2 is not getting on a hip whatsoever. Nikki, go down, turn, pose that hand back, yes. In the tech. Yes, there we go. So watch, guys. I knocked him down, and when he wants to get up, here's what your uke does. Number 1, they are on that hip, a large area of support. Common mistake, that knee is up. Yes, you see, not good already, right? Just like that. Arm is far away, and hand stuck out. Sometimes it does something else. And now, if Nikki wants to come up, that's exactly how he does it. All right? Imagine if he was flat on his bum, knees up. No, sit up. Try to stand up. He'll never stand up. I will always overwhelm him because he does not have area of support. One more time. Okay. Also, sometimes when kids come up, they start to look elsewhere, down, and the hand comes down. So eyes on the prize, me, right, and a hand out. And remember, not just to stand up, you have to hop backwards to create space between us, just like that. And the last mistake, I think, is kids going from this shape on their knee first and then on their feet, okay? Meaning it's too long and contestable, all right? Knee first, and yeah. I guess it's okay if there's some kind of injury, but if you're reasonably athletic, man, it's not a big deal. So get reasonably athletic if you're not, meaning your child. You know, squats and lunges, guys, we always have like little workout plans for your kiddos. So technical stand-up is done exactly like that. Abby, the shrimp. Parents, you probably heard me. I apologize to being a broken record, but you stuck with me because you're watching it now. Shrimp is the foundation for the entire bottom game in Jiu-Jitsu. Bottom game in Jiu-Jitsu is all shrimp. There's nothing you can do, literally, like nothing you can do without shrimp or bridge. Shrimp is easier version. Okay, so the fact that we do it in our warm-up is not to diminish its existence or meaning to just a warm-up exercise, but to reinforce it. And for some weird reason, man, like lately, all our good kids fall apart with the shrimp, and I do not understand why. Help me reinforce it. Okay, guys? I cannot stress that enough. Like shrimp got to be done correctly. Let's look at it. Ebi, E-B-I. We always start flat, and if the thread is on this side, Nick is going to shrimp out that way. Beautiful. And if the thread was on this side, Nick is going to go that way. All right, Nikki, come over here a little bit. So as an exercise, we do so-called shrimp roll or hip escape. Nikki, demonstrate a few times correctly. Beautiful. He'll do 100 times correctly. So shrimp roll, not shrimp race. Slew of mistakes that come with this godforsaken shrimp or whatever. Just remember, do not reduce its meaning to warm up. It's super important. Let's go with mistake. Number 1, pushing with the wrong leg. Nikki, if you shrimp away from me, push with this leg. Yeah, it's possible, but if I was on top of him applying pressure, that's a weak structure. It's not a possible or a reasonable structure to push me or anybody. But if he pushes with that leg, He can, yes, that's a solid structure, okay? And you can do it solo by yourself, but you will never do it live. So mistake number one. Mistake number two, you rotate your butt, but your shoulders essentially pinned. Yes, exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. So make sure that you fall asleep. And you can elevate your butt, do like a little puppeteer pull, dynamic version. Do it with control, though. Ascend and descend at the same rate. Please, sir? Yes, even slower. If you can do it slow, you can do it fast. Beautiful. And the last mistake, you explode wrong or right leg, almost does not matter, and you end up sideways. Even if your shrimp is correct in the moment of shrimp, but you land too wild. Shrimp is not an explosive animal or movement. So do one more time and correct, like kind of like blow through it. Yes, yes, do not do that. And as a doppelganger, as a little addition, we'll do super shrimp in the same chapter. Super shrimp is actually hip heist. That's what they call in wrestling when you get to your knees. Please demonstrate. Beautiful. Go back. Okay, so it starts with a shrimp. And once he freezes here, he's just going to go to his knees. You see how he hinges on his knee and in a neutral position, ready to pop up. Go back again, go on your belly. Try to avoid that. When you shrimp, pop flat, worst position, and then come up. You might be lucky sometimes and other times not. So don't just, hinge your shin underneath you. Go the other way, Nikki. See? Yes. Okay, super shrimp. Great tool when you just don't want to be scored on, just don't want to accept, and you bust out one of those super shrimps, aka hip heists. Boom. Ukemi, break fall. In Sambo, we call it самостраховка. Nick is on his side. Everything touches the ground. He's not like this, right? More pressure per square inch on the rest of his body. No, not here. Same, boom. Head elevated, don't snap. Chin tucked in. This leg is bent. Sometimes with velocity, what happens, people will fall in this shape like this. Try to avoid that. It will cause the knee injury. So whenever I throw, extend that leg, like a beaver's tail, like something, okay? So try to avoid being rolled over. I mean, you can roll over, but after accepting a hit. Nikki, would you like take a hit, the fall, and then gently roll over? Yes, that is okay, yes. But some people do not decelerate, and that action of hitting the mat, right here, causes injury. So now we'll build it up. Okay, now you see what's supposed to be done in the very end. Drill number one, you can do with your kiddos. Lie down, please. He will presume already a broken broken fall shape, sorry. Beautiful. And then you can say 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay, and every single one is exactly as the one before. Tier number 2, Nick will stand up. After kids know how they're supposed to end, and there is no where they're supposed to end, and there's no scary part. Now we add the scary part on, all right? Nick will extend his hand and slide his leg. Beautiful. Note, he does not fall like timber as one line. It's a slight deceleration with a bit of a curvature of his body. One more time, please. Other side. Beautiful. So that's side ukemi, a side break fall. And a fall backwards, little squat, fall, and break a fall. Same thing, round back, chin tucked in, head elevated, hands are here. Common mistake, somehow hands go like over here. Don't do that. It does not break correctly, your fall, and it's weird on your shoulders. Oh, and conversely, turn on your side, please. When you fall on your side, make sure that your arm is not here. It's somewhat parallel with your leg, right there. All right, guys, all the major break falls. Plus Maya ukemi, forward break fall. Nikki, go ahead, please. Exactly like that. You see, don't stick your hands out. They might break. That's a larger area of support, and pretend you're like shocks on a car. Don't be too rigid, okay? So don't stick your hand or even two hands. Fall exactly like that. Good. Get up. Could you give it with a little hop, a little jump? There we go, guys. Maya ukemi.